Hey guys, it's me again, Mike, and this time I'm gonna bring you a little video about me attempting to finish the raid boss Crota in normal mode. And we didn't finish him, so much for a spoiler, but we found out some interesting tidbit. This is after Crota's end has been fixed by Bungie with the patch, and we found out a way, or I don't know if we found it out, but we recognized a way that you can survive the Oversoul in the Crota's End raid, in the Crota encounter. The Oversoul is the big green googly eye that you see in a couple of seconds on screen. Whenever a guardian dies, Crota summons his Oversoul, and you basically have to shoot the big eye and hope to survive. If you fail to disperse it in time, the whole team wipes. So the Oversoul is probably one of the worst things that can happen to you, apart from Crota hitting you with his sword. And in order to defeat the Oversoul, you have to shoot either the Oversoul itself or the yellow horns that are right next to it. So you'll see it coming up in a couple of seconds. Me and my team here trying for 3 hours straight, but for some reason we couldn't finish Crota before the reset, and we're probably gonna attempt again on the next weekend. So this is Oversoul, somebody died, more people keep dying, and then watch what's happening. Usually Oversoul and its gaze kill every member of the party, as you can see, but if you are a radiance skilled warlock, this doesn't need to be the end for you. As you can see, Deathclock is still alive, and what's happened is your resurrect needs to be triggered right at the point when the Oversoul explodes to wipe the whole team. This only works if you are the guardian that died in the first place to trigger the Oversoul. If you die as a warlock because Oversoul killed you, you'll not have the time frame to trigger resurrect. So when Deathclock died, he triggered Oversoul, and we didn't manage to defeat it, but he managed to push the button to resurrect just in time as the Oversoul exploded, thus being the only one left alive, and then he's able, after 30 seconds, to revive us. And you'll see it's happening a second time over the course of this video, and it's basically the same thing. The guardian that triggers Oversoul by dying must be a radiance skill warlock with resurrect, and then when he triggers it at the right time, you're able to stay alive even though the whole team wiped. Now, this is not very useful in particular when you want to beat Crota fast, but for us it gave us the opportunity to kind of like learn the mechanics of the whole raid without cheesing it, and to basically stay alive longer. Even though we didn't beat Crota, you don't reset to the beginning, you keep going, and we managed to see Crota enrage over the multiple attempts. So theoretically we managed to stay alive long enough, even with or without surviving Oversoul, to be able to beat the raid. But our problem is to down the sword bearers and the ogres in time, so that we get enough sword swings in Crota just before he enrages. And then what happens when he enrages is that he keeps summoning Oversoul, which is like makes it impossible, virtually impossible, to beat the raid. So this is Oversoul, and it's gonna trigger a wipe, and that's it. So the whole team dies. This is the beginning of the raid, and you can see me trying different weapon selections. I was trying the Vision of Confluence to do some solar damage. I found that my Badger CCL has already more base damage, so it's probably no use using the Vision of Confluence, and we just start the raid again.
Not yet. Now.
There's 1 minute left in the video, and I'm gonna show you once more how to survive Oversoul, just for the fun of it. Take it or leave it, I don't know. It's probably not the biggest cheese, but it also means that it hasn't been addressed in the patch that just recently was released by Bungie. You can see the sword bearer having all sorts of trouble downing him fast enough. There he goes.
He's dead. Shoot Crota.
Now we down Crota. Bring him on his knees. We called out to the sword bearer what percentage of shield he was, so that he knew when to go there in time. But for some reason his shield recovered. This is Oversoul, because the sword bearer died, because Crota didn't go down on his knees. Now Oversoul is gonna wipe the team, and then Splash Fox is gonna resurrect because he's a radiance skilled warlock. He was our sword bearer, and you can see if he were up for waiting 20 seconds, he would be able to revive us all. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more irregular Destiny content from me on my channel, subscribe to the channel, please. There you go. I hope to see you next time.